Welcome to Honeybee Watch Symposia series. This is the first public online event that we've done, and I can tell already that it's going to be a great success because 135 of you have signed up, and we have already 70 people who have signed in. I'm Steve Rogenstein. I'm your host, the behind-the-scenes producer, and also the project director of Honeybee Watch. And I'm joined here today by Rodrigo Moro, who is our science director. And today we're going to introduce you to Honeybee Watch, give a brief introduction, and then we're going to hear from 4 honeybee research pioneers who will share their stories and their projects and monitoring protocols. So let's start with a brief introduction. Honeybee Watch. We are an international coalition tasked with better understanding the biological, behavioral, and environmental traits that favor survivorship among free living and untreated colonies, with the aim of becoming the world's greatest repository of and authority on these populations to ensure their protection and conservation locally. So the important things here are we're looking at free living colonies, as well as untreated or unmanaged or slightly managed colonies that might be in apiaries. And also we're working on a global scale as well as a local scale. So the vision for Honeybee Watch is that we will function as an umbrella organization that is comprised of independent research projects, regional cells around the world that will have their own autonomy. And the support that we'll provide them with is networking, such as today's symposium. We'll provide protocols, data, access to resources, et cetera, et cetera. With that, we're going to talk about our vision and our objectives. First and foremost, it's forming a coalition internationally comprised of bee scientists, experts, beekeeping associations, NGOs, and others, including concerned citizens who might be beekeepers. They could be naturalists, hikers, bird watchers, gardeners, whomever. We don't discriminate. It's open to all. So what we're doing is collecting data from individuals and research partners on free living colonies. So these are living in natural cavities and trees. They could be in log hives. They could be in man-made structures elsewhere, and then untreated hives in apiaries. And the data that we want to collect is still being determined. And as you'll see today, each of these independent studies has its own monitoring protocols. And what we hope to do is offer a standard. And like I said, we hope to be the world's biggest repository of information about these free living honeybees. And it's a tall order, but we envision being around for like 20 years or more and amassing massive amounts of data that you, our participants, want to collect. And because we can't do this alone, we're relying on our research partners, and we hope to give them visibility and highlight your work through events like today. So we have 4 speakers who have been doing independent research and through social media, co-authoring papers, et cetera. And then sharing resources such as the data, of course, but other things like protocols, the potential challenges and solutions that these individuals have come up with. And speaking of which, on our website, honeybeewatch.com, there's a resources page where we have lots of articles and videos and other websites that we reference. So if you're interested, you can check those out. And then lastly, to educate and conserve. So, once the science comes in, we hope to roll out educational programs and conservation campaigns. Although it's not a linear process, these could actually happen in overlapping phases. One thing that's omitted from here is an expansion phase. We are starting right now with Apis mellifera, predominantly in Europe, due to our relationship with IUCN, which I'll talk about momentarily. We will eventually expand around the globe and include other Apis species such as dorsata, serrana, et cetera, that have not really been assessed in the wild. So where are we currently? This is a mapping platform that we have online that you can access through our website. What we've gotten so far is about 1,200 sites around the world on 4 continents. Although if you visit it, you won't see all of them because we haven't validated and imported all of them yet, but we're getting to that. The grounding principle of Honeybee Watch is that the GPS positions will never be shared publicly. When you enter them, they're automatically masked with a 1 kilometer radius to protect their whereabouts, their exact whereabouts, because we don't want anybody to be trapping them out or to be killing them, vandalizing them, or anything like that. Their protection is integral to this project. We are partnering with the IUCN, the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, to reassess Apis mellifera in Europe. And we've been partnering with a lot of the groups here that have been listed, some of whom are here today. Thank you for coming. And we have about 1,500 sites in Europe, and we're hoping to reassess the 2014 report for their red list status, which was data deficient. We're not sure what the status will be after we're done with this, but we're hoping to set up a relationship with IUCN for the future. Some past, present, and future events to build this international coalition and give visibility to our partners. We led a group to Blenheim Palace in the UK with Felipe Salbani, who is going to be joining us today. And we brought a group of 50 people to Europe's oldest and largest ancient oak woodlands. And what you see right here is the king oak, which could be potentially 1,200 years old. And we walked around the grounds during the day, and he cited for us bees that are living in trees that are 800 years old and older. So super exciting, and we hope to do more of these live events. And then obviously we have the Symposia series kicking off today. Save the date, September 28th, we'll talk about data rights and sharing. And then on December 13th, trying to define wild. And then we're also setting up in the interim months, what we're calling Honeybee Watch Cafe, which is a virtual handshake whereby scientists and non-scientists can come and share their stories and experiences with free living bees. And again, this is all to bring us together and exchange ideas and talk and meet one another. So how can you get involved? There are 3 QR codes right here. To the left is to access our website and to subscribe to the mailing list. In the middle, you can go directly to our online mapping platform. And on the right, if you're a research partner, you can fill out a survey so we can contact you. And you can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Honeybee Watch. Right now, we're an all-volunteer team. We're working on this for the last 3 years. If you want to get involved and help us, there's so many areas in which we could use your assistance. So just get in touch with me. So that is an introduction to Honeybee Watch.